Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to the December 23rd episode of our Steam Daily Holiday Sale for 2011. Let's take a quick look at what games are out, and I just realized I'm not on the intro screen. God, right over here, the games that are out for today. So flipping through very quickly. Cave Story, very nice little indie game, very, very highly recommended. The one thing you want to do is you can buy it here, or you can Google Humble Bundle, which is very hard to say. It's the Indie Humble Bundle, which is a collection of indie games put together that you can buy in one package, name your own price for it, and then you can, and some of the money goes to charity. So Google that. You may want to buy it through there, and Cave Story is currently in the current thing, and you will even get a Steam key for it, so you can come back and load it into Steam and have it exactly like through here. So you want to look at it from that sort of angle, maybe rather than buy it directly through here. Next up, Aliens vs. Predator. I was a big fan of the 2000 released game called Aliens vs. Predator. Now, there is AVP, Aliens vs. Predator, on the console. This is very different. This was a PC game I was talking about. I enjoyed it a lot, and this version of it, Aliens vs. Predator, I don't know, 2010, I think it came out last year. A lot of similarities. There are 3 separate campaigns, one in which you play the alien, one in which you play the Predator, and one in which you play the Space Marine. And I haven't had a chance to play much of this version of it, but the original, and it wasn't highly rated, but I enjoyed it. And the original game, same thing. As a Space Marine, there's even some scary bits because it's so dark all the time, and the aliens, they can come at you from the ceiling on all these different angles. But the worst are the face huggers. Which, I mean, hopefully you've seen the Alien movies, so you know what I'm talking about there. But they mean the head crabs from Half-Life kind of remind me of that, but the head crabs are not as scary. The thing with the face huggers is AVP is so dark, and the face huggers are black basically, and you can't see them. All you can hear is like a little scritching sound as it like the claws scrape around along the ground, and then your motion detector is starting to go beep, 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 and as it's getting closer and closer, and you're looking around, you can't see this freaking thing, and then suddenly the motion detector stops beeping, and you're like, what? And then literally the facehugger goes blah on your screen, and you die. It's terrifying. So it's got that sort of amnesia-ish vibe to it. I don't know if the new game is quite the same, but I'm hoping it is. And I do own it, and I've played it a little, and I think they're a lot of fun. It's got multiplayer, it's got co-op, it's got a multiplayer where you play as like the different species against each other. It's not bad. Train Simulator 2012. If you like trains, you already own this. People who like trains really like trains. And they're a very specific thing. One of the things people kind of always laugh at about this Train Simulator game on Steam is that it has like $2,000 worth of DLC. I'm not lying. It's like $1,700 worth of DLC, downloadable content. But people who like trains, who do like model train sets and things like that, usually want to replicate a specific time period or location or event or something like that. There's a specific track they want to run. And so this game is not, it's not going to sell to a vast number of people. There's a dedicated core of train enthusiasts. They exist. For that reason, they want specific DLC, but you've got to pay programmers and artists and all these things to put these things together. So that's why you'll get a DLC that's like one track between some town and another town, and it comes with like one like new train engine thing at the front, and it'll cost like $40 for the DLC. And you're like, what sense does that make? Yeah, but if they only sell, 100 copies of this, they need to make their money somehow. But if you've ever been curious about this game, $3.49 today. And if you click through, you can get the deluxe edition for, I think it's $3.99. It comes with one DLC, like one extra track or engine. I'm not sure which one it is, but if you've been curious, now's your chance. Next page. Divine Cybermancy. This game does not have a very good Metascore. I think it's 60 out of 100. I believe it's a little bizarre and a little glitchy, but it has a very Deus Ex kind of vibe to it, and apparently the people who play it say, if you can get it for cheap, like $2.50 today, it's not a bad experience. It's kind of fun, and it's different, and it's, it's different. So if you don't mind the fact that it's not going to be a great game and it might be a little glitchy, it can actually be kind of an interesting experience if you want something different. So look into it, maybe. Take a look at the videos and judge for yourself, obviously. Rage is the new the new game by ID, I guess, the famous people who made Quake and such. This game, 79 Metascore, is pretty low for an ID game, and a lot of people have argued that Rage almost feels a little bit more like a tech demo than anything else, because ID make a lot of their money. They create these amazing high-tech engines for their game, and then they sell it. They license it to other companies who make their own games for it. But a lot of people enjoyed it a fair amount. It's one of these. It's not a great game, but it may be a good game. So give it a try, and it is absolutely beautiful. The graphics. Frozen Synapse is a. Let's go back over here. Frozen Synapse is a wonderful, beautiful indie game, turn-based tactical shooter, squad-based thing. It's a little hard to describe, and it's got these great sort of vectory computer type aesthetics to it that just they work brilliantly in the game. The game feels great. What you do is you actually and there's a single player campaign, but there's also a wonderful multiplayer mode, and it's asynchronous. You don't take your turns at the same time. You start a game with someone, you get match made with someone, and you've got your units, and they've got their units somewhere on this map. So you're like the floor of a building or a warehouse or something like that. And what you do is you say, okay, you've got like a squad of 4 people, and you can lay it out. You've got maybe machine gunners and shotgunners and rocket launcher people and all these different types of units, which you can set up beforehand. You say, okay, you're going to move here, you're going to move here. You're going to walk up to the corner, you're going to wait 1 second, and then you're going to come around the corner with your gun out. The rocket guy, maybe you're going to be like, okay, you're just going to blind fire over here against this wall and hopefully maybe get someone in blast radius. You set up all these moves, and then you submit. And then you walk away. You go to class. You do whatever. You wait, and then at some point the other person on the other end will have locked in their turn as well, and then the turn gets resolved, and you get a notification that the turn happened, and you go and you watch it play out. You watch your units move. You watch his units move, assuming you can see them, and then they shoot at each other and this and that, and then it like stops. It's like a turn is something like 4 seconds worth of time or something like that in this game. And then you take another turn, you keep going. And the beautiful thing about it is that because of the way the mechanics work, you can actually simulate it. You can say, okay, so I know this guy's here. Now you go around this corner and aim this way so you'll shoot him. Then you hit simulate, you hit play, and you see it happen, and bam, okay, he's going to die. But you say, what if he doesn't stand there? What if he moves over here? So you take the enemy and you say, what if the enemy moves over here? And then you simulate it and you see what would happen. Okay, and what if he moves over this way instead? And you simulate it and you see what happens. And you can like figure out exactly what the best possible move is, and you play that. And there's multiple game modes. It's not just a deathmatch. They've got rescue the hostage. They've got territory capture. It's a very, very, very good game. And it's $374. Awesome. I recommend this one. This is my pick for today. If you buy nothing else, Frozen Synapse is probably good. Back to the Future is a point-and-click adventure game that looks pretty nice, actually. And again, you have to sort of like adventure games, but it actually seems kind of enjoyable and cartoony. Dirt 3 is the racing game du jour. There seems to be one every day. It actually looks pretty nice. Saints Row the Third, if you don't know what this is basically like Grand Theft Auto on acid. It's a little bizarre and a little goofy in places, but it's apparently an incredibly fun game, and a lot of people have argued it's even more fun than Grand Theft Auto. Check it out if you like that kind of thing. If you like some violence and mayhem and cars and everything, that's the win. But if you like city building, Cities Excel is the way to go, because there's not a whole lot of option these days. SimCity still hasn't received an update. Cities Excel is in its third, or I think, iteration. I think I've got a couple of videos online of Cities Excel 2011. Now, 2012 is basically the same game. They've just sort of added some more buildings and tweaked a few things. But it allows you, it's a very free-form building. It's not a grid, so you can make these beautiful flowing roads, and you can make beautiful, gorgeous cities. So if you like city simulators, or if you like making things that are just wonderful and beautiful to look at, this is a good one to sort of unleash your creativity. It's not a bad game at all. I enjoy playing it. Note, if you do have Cities Excel 2011, I think you can get this for cheaper, either on Steam or through another source, because effectively it's like, if you buy it standalone, you're buying the sort of everything. But it's sort of an expansion in a sense, because it is the same engine and all that, and most of the same content as 2011, so you can get it cheaper if you already own the first game. So there's Pimp Santa. From Dust should have been one of my favorite games of the year. It is an indie released god game where you have an island of people and they worship you as the god, and you can literally reshape the landscape. You can pick up some sand from here and move it over here to divert some water flow and lava and rocks and all these things and spells, and it should have been awesome. And yet, I can't recommend this game. I actually can't. It is acceptable on a console. Potentially because console standards are lower, but I think the console controls may have been slightly better as well. But the problem is the gameplay was actually kind of lacking. It is nice to look at and kind of interesting as a toy, but the gameplay is not 100% there, and the controls and so many things, so many parts of it kind of suck on the PC. I'm incredibly disappointed. There was also terrible DRM on this when it came out. That did get resolved, but it still left a bitter taste in everyone's mouth. And unfortunately, all this sort of baggage about it, I can't go and just recommend From Dust. It's not a bad game, but I just can't personally recommend it. Audiosurf is very cool. It's sort of a rhythm racing game, but the big claim to fame about this sort of arcadey thing is that you can, I believe it reads your music. You can feed it, I don't know, MP3s or something like that, and when you're playing the game, it's playing your music, and the level that you're racing through, all the obstacles and everything that happens is based on your music. It's like a beautiful music visualizer that you happen to be playing as a game, so ain't nothing wrong about that. That is actually really cool. So, yeah, so that's it. So I think AVP is potentially a decent pick. I think Audiosurf is potentially a decent pick. Cities Excel, if you're the right kind of person, but it is still kind of pricey. But Frozen Synapse, wonderful. Check it out. See you next time.